Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. So in this lesson we are back in the Fight GUI, and what we're going to be working on is displaying our round counter. So let's just come to the top of the script to begin with. And we need to create some variables. You can put them where you like. I'm just going to put mine here, private int, and we'll give this a naming convention of returned player 1 rounds. Yeah, that'll do for naming convention. Sorry about that. So let's just use a common comment variable to hold return player rounds counter. Let's just copy that and paste that below. Obviously we're going to change player to opponent. And let's come down and I'll put these together. So this is going to be another private vector2 underscore round count size. Defines naming convention for the round counter size. And yes, some of these will later be moved into the game manager script, but I'm keeping them in their own script for now, and that is until obviously we've all had chance to reposition them if necessary and get them exactly where we want. It just makes things a little bit easier. I'm creating of public texture 2D, and we're going to say round counter texture. Let's just close that off and we'll put that into the comments. Create slot in inspector to assign the round counter texture. And with those in place, let's come to the void start. We could put this anywhere. Let's going to put the first couple at the top, I think. So underscore returned player 1 rounds is going to equal 0, and I'll just put that I'm setting that variable to 0 on startup. And of course we'll repeat this line for the returned opponent. And I'll just swap out in the comments. And we need to define a size. I'll put these where I'm defining them for the other vector2. So we're just going to put round count size is going to equal a new vector2. Let's open and close brackets, close the line off. And actually we can define both by the screen height divided by 15. So let's use that from the health bar size, so we'll paste that in. And we'll just use comma and we'll paste that in again. We'll break it up for commenting just like we did for the others. So we'll put the round counter size equals a new vector 2. And I'll just put by these dimensions because we may change this later. So we'll keep the comment simple. And with that said, let's come down. Actually, we can put this in the late update. So let's do that. Underscore return player rounds 1 is going to equal the fight manager script dot underscore current rounds play 1-1. Let's just close that off. And we'll put this into the comment. I'll just use the same comment as I have above. Return value equals the current rounds player 1 from fight manager script. Oh, excuse me. And as we normally do, let's just copy that line. And we'll swap player for opponent all the way through. And we'll just tidy up and alter the comments. And then we're going to come to the void on GUI, and I'm going to come right at the bottom of the function below draw opponent health. So I'm going to put some comments in as I before. So draw player round counter, and I'm just going to put these values in roughly because again we may be changing the position at a later date. Once we actually tidy up the code a bit, we move some things out into the game manager, but this I think will be good enough for now. So obviously we can just come and copy one of the begin group lines, and we'll also copy the an end group line, and I'll come to draw player health, and I'm going to copy where we draw the health bar min texture, and let's just paste that in. And we'll chase this up, so let's have a look. Zero. I'm going to use 0 plus, and I'm going to put two sets of brackets, one inside the other. And we're going to put fight GUI offset minus the round counter size dot x. I'm going to come in between the close brackets now. We're going to put minus and find GUI offset, and let me have a look. I did jot these values down roughly what I was going to use. Divide by 5. I'm sure there's a better way of doing that, but as I said, it will do for now because we will be moving things around later. And I'll just copy in one of the lines that says at this position x-axis plus this, and next line did I use divide by 2 plus 2.5f again. I've said before, I do have a duplicate of this project and I do try and test things out a little bit before actually coming into the video, so I do jot especially when doing GUI, some of the values I've used because I have a project. I actually have another duplicate that's much more advanced, much more in the complete status, but obviously I'm constantly changing and updating that based on feedback. So that's the reason why I've just done these roughly. But now I'm going to use draw opponent round counter, and again we're just going to copy and paste the begin group and the end group, and this time draw opponent health. I'll come and again health bar min texture, let's just paste that in. So let's have a look. Screen width, GUI offset, defined by 1.25f. So let's have a look. Find GUI offset divided by 2 plus 2.5f for the y-axis, and we want to draw the round count texture. And in both blocks where we've used health bar size, we're going to obviously use round counter size. And we'll just swap that out in the dimensions line. And let's save that off. We'll come to Unity, just cancel that off. And we'll need to come to our scene, main camera, and we need to assign a texture. I don't have one made as yet, so let's just use any for now. Let's just use the A button texture. And I'll just hit play. As you can see, both are displaying, which is what I want for now. I think the position's about right, so let's just stop that. We'll come back to the splash screen. Let's hit save. And of course we don't want these displaying until the actual player or opponent has won a round. And in fact I'm going to come above both. Again, I'm just going to use a comment, draw round counters. I'm just going to use an if statement, so let's have a look. Return player rounds won double equals 0, and return opponent rounds won double equals 0. So let's just put if I'll just put if both round counters equal 0, and we'll just put the return line in, because if they're both 0 it doesn't matter, the usual comment. And then draw player rounds counter. Come above the GUI begin group, and we're going to say if open and close brackets underscore returned player rounds won, and we can just put greater than 0. In fact, I'll put the brackets in first. So let's open and close brackets, then I'll put the comment in. I'll just put if rounds won player is greater than 0, and all I'm going to do is just cut and paste the code in, so the round counters will no longer display this, because this is really just for the first round won by either the player or opponent. So we always want it displaying if it's over 0. We'll need to do another group for the if you've got long rounds, maybe you have matches that last 5 rounds. We're going to go through all that with more round counters, but just to get the basics in place now, this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to change that to the opponent round one. Let's open and close the brackets, and again we're just going to cut and paste all the code in. And get rid of the empty line. And we're just going to save that off there. I'll tidy all these up off camera, but we're going to come back to the testing because we still have more to do, but we'll leave it here for this video. So as always, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you next time, and until then, bye for now.